how is the relationship that you have with yourself? Meaning, when you make a promise to do something, maybe it is just for example, you make a promise to, I don't know, go to the gym 3 days a week, right? Low hanging, easy example. But you then don't do it. You let yourself down. You betray yourself. You just didn't follow through on that promise or that commitment to go work out 3 days a week at the gym. So just by you making that commitment and promise to yourself and then not following through on it, you're losing confidence. You're losing a sense of self-worth. Okay, so let's say you make a promise or commitment to not do happy hour 3 days a week and spend, you know, 80 to almost $100 at each happy hour because alcohol is expensive, right? And then you drink a bit, and then here you are now getting other things like you made a promise or commitment to not do happy hour 3 days a week and then spend this money that you don't have yet. You get pulled into your friend or your coworker talking you to come out and you end up doing it. And yeah, you might be having fun in the moment, sure, but then you feel terrible after. So this, I'm giving this example, promises and commitments to yourself, like you got to start keeping them because this is how you build a healthy relationship with yourself. This is how you build a self-respecting relationship with yourself. This is how you build your confidence. Your confidence is built and continues to grow based on you following through and doing what you say you're going to do to yourself, for yourself, right? So, like, I know for me, whenever I'm like, okay, I am going to, let me just think of something. Here's a big one. I'm going to read tonight for an hour. I'm not going to watch, what was the show I was watching? I haven't watched TV in a little bit. So now I'm like blanking it. But whatever. Like, I'm not going to watch Virgin River for 3 hours because they hooked me. Okay. They hooked me at the end of the last episode. So I know that if like when I was watching Virgin River, I'm like, okay, it's just gonna be an hour, just this one episode. And then I got hooked and I'm watching it again. And here it is now, almost midnight, and I didn't get any reading in that I promised myself I was gonna do. My confidence is low the next day. I'm waking up feeling not good, not really excited, ashamed. Okay, not my best the next day because I broke that promise and commitment. I didn't follow through on what it is I said I was going to do. So I'm just like betraying this relationship with myself. That ain't good. And that's going to spill over into having other people not keep their promise or commitment to me, or I'm going to take, crappy behavior from them or these sly comments and just not stand up or speak up for myself. I'm telling you, like that's what happens. So it all starts with, okay, you being able, that's the question, how do I set boundaries with confidence and enforce them and stand up for myself and no longer take crappy behavior? It starts with how you treat yourself, the relationship you have with yourself, okay, and how you follow through and showing up for yourself day in and day out. Does that make sense? Let me know below in the comments. Does that make sense? Like, does it make sense that, okay, in order for me to have healthy relationships with other people, to have self-respecting boundaries with other people, okay, I need to first create that with myself. Let me know in the comments below if that makes sense. Okay. Now, the next thing here is, I'm looking at my notes, keeping these promises to yourself. The next thing is, as you are doing that, as you are following through on your promises and commitments, you are starting to subconsciously create new concepts and beliefs about yourself and your identity. And that's huge, okay? Because if you can relate with just maybe being brought up, okay, in a childhood, or maybe you were in a abusive relationship for 5 years, and if there was just crappy behavior, there was abandonment, there was just it just wasn't good. It was toxic, right? So here you are now as an adult following through on your promises and commitments. Can you see how that's going to start rewiring these neural networks, and just your brain's going to change with, okay, wow, I followed through. I do respect myself. So I am worthy of respect. I really don't want anything less than that. I am worthy of feeling good. I am worthy of rest, right? Going to bed at a decent time. I am worthy of asking like important questions and learning, like whatever it is. So when you show up for yourself in a healthy way, day in and day out, your brain changes. Your concepts of self change. Your beliefs change. Your perspective and outlook on life change. They become more optimistic. They become more positive. They become more creative. They become more just, I'm worthy. I'm deserving. I want this. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get it. Like that's what happens when you follow through on the word that you make to yourself. Is this landing? Is this helpful? Is this making sense? Please let me know below in the comments. Okay. And I know I'm going into depth here. It's like, okay, this isn't really, what does this have to do with how to set boundaries with confidence and enforce them and stand firm? Everything. Everything. Because I'm talking about building this foundational, solid, grounded relationship with yourself first and foremost. Because when you have that with yourself, you're going to have it, you're going to be able to create it, okay, confidently. It's like a non negotiable with all these other people in your life. You're not going to tolerate abuse. You're not going to tolerate um, being like flaked on over and over again. You're not going to tolerate having someone suck your valuable energy and time from your soul. Not to be too dramatic, but I'm just like, think about those people. They're like vampires, like suck all your energy. And you're like, oh my God, I need to like lay in my bed for a year. Okay. Like when you show up for you, you take no fuss from others. All right. If you are ready to go deeper, like really take a deep dive into doing your inner work, your personal development work to become what I like to call a confident woman unleashed, which is creating a life on your terms that feels meaningful and purposeful. Okay. And calling in, if you don't already, eventually calling in and attracting healthy love, okay, and just just being your authentic self, okay, really feeling at peace and ease and living your best life, all right, traveling where you want to travel, doing work that you love, being the healthiest you can be, having these amazing, fulfilling, mutually beneficial relationships. This is the work that I teach my clients in a Confident Woman Unleashed, my signature program. All right. So if you want to learn more about that, that's in the description below. And it's just my name. It's nikkimcmillan.com. Okay. Thank you for watching. Check out this video. Bye for now. See you in the next video.